Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I am going live from Valencia. So this is the day before, it's the day before the race. This is the lead in. What I'm going to talk about today is how I differed a little bit in the lead into this race than I did for Dublin Marathon and obviously from Valencia last year. When I did this race last year, I came over with the same goal that I have this year to try and run about 3:05. Thereabouts. A PB will be what I'm happy with. But on the lead in last year, I found when I got here last year that I didn't feel that I was fully recovered from my training. My taper, I had done a taper for like 2 weeks, but had kept a good bit of mileage and a little bit of intensity. So this year on the lead in, over the last 2 weeks, I've dropped my mileage much more than I would have last year. Because I wanted to feel that I was fully recovered, fully reset, particularly having done the Dublin Marathon this year. I wanted to just make sure that everything was kind of back to plan, and that I was going to be had enough time for my body to kind of make all those final adaptations to repairs any sort of muscle trauma that what I had in the lead in. I had a little bit of an injury this year that kind of got me for about 5 days, having ran on the treadmill for 2 days, having not run on the treadmill for about 10 years. And I just wanted to make sure that was fully recovered. I did a good bit of stretching over the last 2 weeks. I did a bit of running. I think I did 40 odd K last week, and I'm up to maybe slightly just below 30 this week. Just below 25 this week. So I wasn't doing nothing, but I definitely have reduced my volume a lot, and I therefore reduced the intensity. So when I bring my volume down, obviously I bring the intensity down in a ratio that will kind of mirror the amount of volume that I do. So on the lead in this week, I went to the park and just did 4 times 1K running at marathon pace. My marathon pace this year, the marathon pace I've been working has been about 5 seconds faster, or maybe 5 to 7 seconds faster than what I want to do on the race day. And the reason why I wanted to do that was I just wanted to have a little buffer just to make everything feel a little bit more comfortable come race day. So a lot of my marathon miles this year have been around that 4:15 per kilometre, which a lot of people are asking me if I'm going to try and run sub 3 tomorrow, but no, I'm not. I wish I was, but no, I'm not. And I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm going for like just a marathon PB would be absolutely delighted. If I get around 3:05, I'll be over the moon. So that's the plan. The current PB is 3:08.52. So I'm hoping I can do that. I went 3:09 in Dublin. I'm pretty close with a little bit of change. Like I said, the reason why I did I tapered I did far less volume of tape this year is because, like I said, I just wanted to make sure that I got the start line tomorrow feeling that everything was hunky-dory. And I've just been out for a little bit of a shakeout run, just did 4K down at the park. It's lovely, it's nice and warm. It probably feels a tiny bit warmer than it did last year, if I'm remembering correctly. That went really well. I did a couple of little strides. Everything feels great. The runners that in the last video you saw, I'm going with the Adidas Pro Evo 4. Really happy with them. They feel really good. They feel really light. Feel like you get a good spring off them, which is great. So they're going to be the race day shoe. And like I said, when I'm running in them, they just feel totally fine. Sometimes when I get new shoes, they can feel a little bit tight because I've got quite a broad foot. These Adidas I think they're quite a broad shoe, so they feel totally fine to me, and I'm really happy with them. Like I said, ran them this morning, and they just feel like I've been running in them for years. So I've had a couple of Adidas shoes over the last couple of years, and I've been really happy with them all. So my Nike Vaporflies fell apart after the Dublin Marathon. I noticed a crack in them leading into the marathon, and then I ran with them a couple of days after the marathon just to see if they were all right, because I was going to wear them for this race. And in that second run, luckily I did, because the soles all fell apart. It was a little bit rainy in Dublin. I almost fell over a couple of times because it got so slippy when the heel was hitting the ground. So that's the plan, is to wear the Adidas, and like I said, they feel great. I arrived in Valencia yesterday, Friday morning, so I arrived on an early flight, and then I flew into Madrid and then got the train down. It was a really nice train ride, fast train, straight across the country, so there's plenty of stuff to look at. And then went straight out. Once I got into Valencia, went straight out to the Expo, picked up my number. It was really busy out there this year. I found it was a lot busier this year than it was last year, and I think that's probably because there's a lot more people turning up this year. Last year they had the flooding in Valencia, and I think a lot of people kind of ditched the race and moved off to other races. So it seemed like it was a lot busier, but it was a little bit later in the evening. Last year when I got there, it was like Friday afternoon. This year it was about 5:30, 6 o'clock when I got out there. So maybe it was just busier because people were getting out of work, kind of locals. But yeah, it seemed great. And then running around the city today was absolutely fantastic. Got up and had a little walk this morning, and then came back and had some breakfast, and then went out for a little shakeout run. It's very busy out there. There's lots of people around. There's lots of people running. There's lots of little groups. There's lots of little kind of shakeout groups. It's absolutely fantastic. And I know a couple of people in the city. I met up with somebody there earlier, so have a quick coffee, and then I'm going off to meet somebody for lunch now, as soon as I finish this live stream. yeah, and the plan is just get up early in the morning, have some breakfast here in the place where I'm staying, and then I think I can walk down. I think it's about 2k walk down to like the starting area, which is great because last year I didn't need to use a backdrop, and I don't think I'm going to need to use it this year. So yeah, I'll walk down to the starting area nice and early. I'll have my kind of carbohydrate drink, my Morton drink. I'll have my breakfast, and I'll shake up the Morton drink. I've got 8 gels to bring with me on the race day. I've got 2 Morton bars, so I'll eat one of the Morton bars on the way down, and I'll get the drink into me on the way down. So that will be kind of, I'll have my breakfast and kind of wait maybe about 45 minutes after breakfast before I start walking down, and on the walk down, like exactly what I did last year, I'll eat one of the bars and I'll drink the drink on down. I'm going to take one of the bars on the race. I might have it in the latter stages if I need it. If I don't mind. It's quite a light thing to carry. Yeah, and I think last year I had about 5 gels over the race, but this year I'm going to try and force myself to get 8 into me, just so that I can feel that I still have that little bit of energy coming into those latter miles. Like I said, all the training this year has been great. I feel that adding the walking this year has really kind of given me confidence, because I feel that I can just access much more energy, and I felt quite strong in Dublin in those latter stages where I expected myself to be kind of really scraping the bar. Like, I felt that I was all right, and I felt I was able to give a bit. And like I said, I did 3:09 in Dublin, and that was quite a wet and windy day, and obviously it has a lot more elevation to this race. So actually really looking forward to it. I feel quite relaxed this year going into this race, which is strange. Never really felt like that going into a marathon before, kind of as relaxed as I do now. And maybe that's a testament to the amount of training that I've done. But anyway, look, regardless of how it goes, I'm here to enjoy it, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. You know, you can't plan too much in these things because you never know what you're going to get on race day. So if it goes well, it goes well. If it goes downhill, I'll manage it. I'll manage to get my way through it. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for this live stream. I can't see if there's any questions here. Let me just check and see if there's anybody on. I can't see if there's... because I'm going through... I've done this live stream through... StreamYard. Every time I try to go on to do it through YouTube, I can either not get my camera set up. I go in thinking I could do it, and then when I go to do a live stream, it's only using the webcam from my laptop, which isn't great. Definition. So I went through StreamYard today, so I can't see if there's any questions. But if anybody has any question posted, I'll answer them post race, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. Like I said, feeling super confident. Feeling very relaxed, which is great. I'm really happy that I'm feeling relaxed, because last year when I was here, I was quite nervous going into it. I wasn't sure. I wasn't positive that I was going to be able to run at the speed that I wanted it in order to get that 3:05. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to run at that year and feel quite comfortable doing it. So that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to go on too much and talk too much. I'm going to go out now and record some stuff to try and get a video out about the race itself, and I'll have a wrap up before. I'll have a little talk to the camp before I start tomorrow, and obviously when I finish the race. And that's pretty much it for this live stream. I hope it makes sense. I hope everybody enjoyed the videos leading into Valencia this year. I hope some people learned stuff from it and got either some education from it, or B, some confidence to go and do some of their stuff yourself. Like I said, I'm looking forward to getting this done. I don't know what. I'm definitely going to take some time off running over the next couple of weeks once this race is over, and then I'll have a think about what my plans are going to be for next year. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but we'll see how it goes. No pressure. Definitely, once the race is over, I'm definitely looking forward to doing a lot more gym. I've enjoyed doing the gym this year leading into it, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting back on my bike and doing a bit on the turbo and a little bit out on the road. But I'll certainly be running. I'm signed up for the Raheny 5 mile, so I might work on a little bit of speed over the next couple of weeks. I haven't signed up for any more races, except I got into that Dublin ballot. I got myself a number, so we'll see what happens about that. No pressure, but like I said, just here to enjoy the city now. Going to go out, walk around, have a little look around, go and get some lunch, soak up the atmosphere, and then just stay off the feet as much as I can. Have a couple of coffees, and then get to bed early and be ready for race day tomorrow. Like I said, feeling super relaxed, which is always a good sign. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I see there's 4 people on, but like I said, if you have Anthony, hang on, I do see some stuff here. It's popping up now. Best of luck, Neil. Thank you very much, and all the best for the race from Jenny Smith. Thank you very much for that. If anybody has any questions about anything, pop them there now and I'll answer them. If not, I'll wrap up this video, and like I said, I will be back on with a video. My software on my MacBook is, every time I use the Vinci Code, I did an update on my MacBook. Every time I go to edit a video, it keeps crashing, keeps dropping out. So I need to get sorted when I get home. So I've been using my phone to edit the last 2 videos, which is why you probably see the CapCut coming up. The edits haven't been great because I'm not brilliant at doing the edits on CapCut. But anyway, I'll try and get some video out before I get back to Dublin. But in the meantime, guys, I will wrap this up. You know what to do. Run far, run fast, most of all, run sensible.